Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt here from Chill TCG. Today we're going to be taking a look at the deck that a lot of people wanted to see here on the channel. The last few days they've been asking for it, and that is going to be the new Rider Calyrex VMAX. Super cool card. In my opinion, one of the just the coolest water type Pokemon that we have in our format right now. This thing is an absolute beast. Water type, 320 HP. It is weak to metal though, because technically it's an ice type, so that is a little bit scary. Those Zacians do scare us. But it's got two attacks. One of them being Ride of the High King. 2 colorless energy, does 10 damage plus 30 more for each of our opponent's bench Pokemon. E-turn is actually still really viable right now. It's actually extremely viable right now. And with a full bench, we can actually hit for 250 for 2 colorless. That's a really great trade-off. So we love Ride of the High King, especially against E-turn. But on top of that, we also have Max Lance for all of the other matchups that we might be playing. 2 water energies, does 10 damage, but you can discard up to 2 energies from this Pokemon. And if you do, it does 120 for each you discard. So again, 250 for 2 energies, but we discard. But again, not a big deal. It's only 2 energies, and we have ways to accelerate those energies, which we'll talk about in just a bit. Moving on, though, we're running a 4-3 lineup, by the way, of Calyrexes. On top of that, you guys might have seen from the thumbnail, we're running the new Froslass from Chilling Reign. Excuse me. I don't know if Froslass is something that people are often going to be playing in Calyrex. But in my opinion, this card was meant to go with Calyrex. They were printed together, and they just go together perfectly. So, Froslass, it's got the ability Frost Over. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So, it's very similar to things like Shady Dealings and Inteleon or whatnot. We're just going to get Snorunt down on our board. We're going to evolve into Froslass, and when we do, we're going to put an energy onto our Calyrex from our discard pile. Definitely really good. Again, they kind of just are meant to go together, in my opinion. On top of that, we are running the Shady Dealings Draw Engine. We have 3 Sobbles, 3 Drizziles, and 2 Inteleons. These guys are just going to help us search our deck for trainer cards. It's our main draw engine. We're not running things like Dedenne or Crobat. So that's just something to keep in mind. And one thing I do want to note is that we're not running Path to the Peak, and I know a lot of people think that Path to the Peak is going to be extremely good in Calyrex, and I do kind of really think that, but it's going to be more of a defensive version of the deck. I'm not saying Path to the Peak is bad in this Rider Calyrex VMAX deck, but in my opinion, I think Viridian Forest actually kind of fits better to be more of an offensive style deck, which is what we're doing here. We get to discard a card from our hand and grab an energy from our deck, so a lot of times we're going to be able to discard one of these water energies and just grab another one. It has really good synergy with Froslass and Melony especially, which is a new supporter card which is in this deck, which came out in Chilling Reign. So it's like Welder, but not really as good. We get to attach a water energy card from our discard pile to one of our V Pokemon, and if we do, we draw 3 cards. So similar to Welder, but not really as good. But between this and Froslass, we should be able to accelerate energies pretty consistently to our Calyrex, and Viridian Forest is actually just going to help with that. So definitely super cool. We also have Shady Dealings to find those cards that we need. On top of that, we have 2 Capacious Buckets to find water energies, 3 Level Balls, 1 Ordinary Rod, mainly just because we have a lot of different Pokemon. If we have to discard it for whatever reason, we can get it back. 3 Pokemon Communications, 3 Quick Balls, 2 Scoop Up Nets to reuse our Froslass or our Drizzile Inteleon lineup. Definitely pretty good. And then we have 2 Switch cards, 1 Air Balloon. That's our only switching options, other than Scoop Up Net, of course. The Viridians, we have 2 Boss, 3 Marnie, 2 Melony, 3 Research, 1 Air Balloon, and 11 Water Energies. So that's the deck. It's a really fun deck. I love Rider. I don't know if it's as viable as Shadow Rider. Some of you guys might not like me saying that, but in my opinion, it might not be as good, but it is super fun. We're going to play some games, so we're going to get into it and see what we can't do with this Rider Calyrex VMAX deck. I can't wait. So let's get right into it. Let's play some games. All right, let's play some Rider. Calyrex Rider VMAX. I'm excited. Definitely, in my opinion, it's a lot different than Shadow Rider, but kind of my preferred of the two. In terms of just stylistic choices and the card itself, it might not be as playable, but it is definitely really good. In my opinion, it was supposed to go with Froslass. They were kind of printed together in the same set, which is why, of course, we're going to be running Froslass in our list. And we're also playing the new, we're actually just playing Shady Dealings Inteleon, or Drizzile Inteleon, but we are going to be playing this Rapid Strike Sobble because it's new. But yeah, in my opinion, Shady Dealings just makes more sense. The new one is good, but I kind of just want the most consistency as possible in my list. We're playing against our boy Vaughn yet again, and he's going to be playing the new and improved version of Eternatus VMAX with Moltres V and Weavile GX, which we can see there as he grabs the Sneasel from his list. So he's going to be able to evolve that, move his energies around, accelerate from the discard pile to Moltres, and he does get his Etern V down on the board as well. So he's going second. He's definitely going to want to get that Power Accelerator off. We're going to see that Crobat come down immediately. These are all things that we really like to see. Calyrex Rider does 250 for 2 energy, so we can easily kind of KO these V Pokemon for 2 energies, which is pretty easy prize card. So he actually whiffs energy as well as whiffing the... Oh, he went first. Sorry, I totally spaced on that. Yeah, he went first, which is okay. I mean, we would rather go first, I think, as Ice Rider, but we could have an interesting kind of board setup here. I like these hands, actually. I really like kind of what we're working with here. So we're going to get a second Ice Rider down. Let's get our Snorunt down. And now I kind of just feel like we can feel free because he went first and he missed energy attachment, which was huge. Although, does he have any in his discard? No, he still could possibly get 2 onto an E-turn VMAX this turn and hit us. But we're just going to go ahead and pierce him here. We can also accelerate energies pretty quickly. We have Melony in our deck. We have Froslass. So I'm not too worried about accelerating energy. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and rock out like this. And hopefully our Ice Rider lives for next turn. That would be pretty ideal. He's going to Marnius. Not great. I actually kind of liked our hand here. We could have gone double Drizzile next turn or grabbed Froslass. Could have been a really cool turn. Anyway, let's see what we get Marnied into. So we have Ice Rider, Quick Ball. Okay, so we have some stuff here. At the very least. At the very, very least, we have some things to work with. But I don't know if it's going to be incredibly useful. Ice Rider actually has a really good E-turn matchup because, of course, Ride of the Ice King does 30 more for each of his benched Pokemon, which is crazy. So he can actually bench, I think, a total of, is it 8 Pokemon? I think. So 8. So we can actually do like 240 damage for 2 as well, just kind of consistently. We have the Marnie, which is pretty cool. We're going to evolve the active Ice Rider, just like right off the gate, I think. And now I don't know what I want to Quick Ball. I don't know if I want to Quick Ball away this Inteleon or the Melony. And I don't even know exactly if we need to Quick Ball for anything. But if we have... Yeah, because I think we have Crobat and Dedenne in our deck. So I think what I am going to do actually is discard the Melony. And we're going to go ahead and... okay, so we don't actually. We're not running Crobat or Dedenne in our list. I forgot. That's fine. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think what we can do is just grab another Snorunt and feel pretty confident about that. And we're going to keep the Inteleon. So I think that play wasn't that bad either way. Maybe keeping the Melony would have been better. But this hand is also still good. I like this hand. I really do. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is let's just attach to the active here as our internet connection just kind of drops real quick. Okay. We're just going to Capacious Bucket first, and we're actually not going to play that Drizzile yet. There's no real need to, and I think what we might do is Drizzile for research for next turn. For this turn, though, I feel like we can just Ride of the High King, KO this Yveltal, which has an energy attachment to it. It was strange that he attached the energy to Yveltal, but I think he would rather get that energy in the discard pile to accelerate it to his Moltres later on. To him, that's probably kind of a late game play, which I kind of like. But Calyrex Ice Rider, it's super cool. All right. Here we go with the E-turn VMAX. The 2 just beefy legendaries. We have 290 HP right now, so he could double Zigzagoon us and KO us with a full bench. It looks like that's actually his strategy. Going to be definitely really dangerous and not super ideal. Okay, so now we have 280, and he's going to Marnie us, so hopefully he doesn't get another Zigzagoon down on the board. That could be very tough for him, for sure. But he also needs to accelerate this with Moltres. And he can actually just move that on with Weavile, which is going to be really good for him. Let's see. Let's see if he is able to fill the bench. So he isn't able to get the KO. That is actually really good for us, for sure. That's what we'd like to see. Do we have any energy in our discard pile? We do not, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and evolve with Calyrex. Or let's evolve the other Calyrex. Okay, we're going to put Viridian Forest into play. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to level ball. And I kind of want to grab... Yeah, so we're going to grab Drizzile, I think. And we're also going to level ball, and we're going to grab a Froslass. I think that's going to be our best play. So let's... okay, so when we evolve this, we accelerate the energies, which is actually a bit awkward. And I don't know if... Oops, I don't know if we actually want to do that. So actually, that was kind of a misplay on my part. We're just going to calm away that Froslass, because I did forget. And we're going to go ahead and just grab double Drizzile. And we're going to go ahead, evolve one Sobble. And we'll search for one trainer card. And I think what I want to do is grab Capacious Bucket. And we're going to pop this. We want to get some energies in our discard pile this turn, because I have kind of a special play coming. Let's discard one with Viridians, grab another one. And let's attach it to the other. And then we're gonna evolve this Drizzile here And now we can go ahead and grab something super useful like a research for us to draw a bunch of cards. Okay, cool. We could draw into Air Balloon. We could draw into something useful. It's an interesting hand for sure. It would have been nice to be able to switch out of the active, but it's probably not the end of the world anyway. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is let's evolve this Froslass. Let's grab this water energy and put it onto our Ice Rider. And now actually so we could either scoop up a Drizzile or a Froslass. I think our best play here is going to be to scoop up a Drizzile just so we can evolve it next turn and guarantee. So let's do that. Let's put the Sobble back on the board. And now actually what I'm going to do, because I have Melony in my hand, I'm actually just going to feel free to just retreat out for free into this Ice Rider VMAX. And this puts 3 water energies in our discard pile, but we actually don't really mind that too much. And what I am going to do is we could Froslass, put the energy on Ice Rider for now. But again, he might just have boss's orders in hand and boss this thing up to KO it, which is fine. We're going to use Ride of the High King first, which only does 190, but that'll set up well for another KO. And I don't want to use Max Lance if I don't have to. Max Lance is good in a lot of matchups, but against E-turn, Ride of the High King is actually enough to just get the 2-hit KO anyway, and we don't have to discard the water energy. So I think that's going to be pretty preferable. Let's see. Let's see if he has that boss's orders in hand. If he does, it's still not the end of the world. We're going to KO him back, but it's definitely going to be a bit awkward if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, we still have Inteleon or Shady Dealings, Drizzile, whatever it might be, to, of course, find boss's orders, which could be a potential win con at some point as well. So we're kind of in a good spot. And again, we can attach more energies to Calyrex, which are, into Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, because it only discards 2, so if we put like 3 or 4 on, we can just, of course, discard 2, and we still have some for next turn. But, for the way that this game is going, okay, so we actually missed boss, which is huge for us. Or wait, did he have boss in his hand? He did. So he chose not to boss's orders, which is interesting. I'm not sure why he went for that. Maybe it was just because... I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe he's trying to hit with Moltres? I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't have bossed. I think bossing that turn would have been best. But I guess he's just going to spread the damage. And I guess taking the prize cards wasn't that necessary for him at that moment. Either way, an interesting play. It was just interesting. That's all I have to say. But we can actually play Melony here. And let's attach to the bench Calyrex, draw some cards. Very cool hand, I suppose. Yeah, okay, so now I think we're in a good spot. We can just hit him with Ride of the High King yet again, which actually does 250 for 2 colorless energy, which is a really good attack here against E-turn. And he actually has to drop his bench, which isn't the best for us, actually, because now our Ride of the High King does less damage, but shouldn't be a problem. We're going to go ahead and try to boss next turn and KO something with Max Lance. That's going to be our #1 option, and we have boss's orders in our hand anyway, but even if we don't, I think we still have some outs like level balls and comms and whatnot to find Drizzile. We'll see if he Marnies us. How many Marnies does he still have? He's down 3 Marnie, which is really big for us. I don't know if he even plays a 4th Marnie. So if he KOs our active, again, we're just, yeah, so there's the research. So I think we just have game in hand because we do have boss's orders, and I don't know if he runs reset stamp. And that's, that's all I can really say about that. Here comes the quick ball. He's going to bring up his board state again. But again, like I said, I think that we just have what it takes. I think that Ice Rider, just that consistent damage output is really, really good. And in this matchup, especially with E-turn, because he floods his board with so many Pokemon, that first attack, Ride of the High King, is actually really, really good against E-turn. And here he goes. He's just going to go ahead and get those energies onto a fresh E-turn VMAX. And he's just going to hope that I don't have boss's orders. But unfortunately for him, I do have a lot of cards in my hand, and boss's orders just happens to be one of those cards. But this E-turn list, this new E-turn list is actually really, really cool. In my opinion, it's a really, really fun list. One of my favorites. But yeah, very cool. I mean, we could have even Froslass, did more damage. Just done a bunch of different options. But yeah, we can bring up this Moltres. 220. Well played. We're going to hit him with a well played. LOL. Shout out to Vaughn. And we can max Lance here. We might as well do it. We haven't used it all game. You discard 2 of those energies, and boom, that's 250 damage. You can just discard one of them to do 130. So that's another option. But yeah, shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to E-turn as well. The new E-turn list is really cool. But Ice Rider, I'm actually really impressed. It was pretty consistent that game. We drew pretty well, and I love to see it. So let's get into another one. Perhaps maybe against something like Pikarom. Now, Ice Rider is weak to metal, not lighting, I know. But Pikarom and Ice Rider just seems like a really interesting matchup since those Tag Team Pokemon have a little bit less HP. So let's get into it. I really can't wait. Let's have some fun. Let's play another game with Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. All right, one last game with Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. It's so hard to say these new Calyrex cards. There's just like such long names. We're playing Vaughn yet again. I think he's going to be playing Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. I'm not sure. But we'll see exactly how this matchup goes. I wanted to play Peak, but Vaughn wasn't down to play Pikarom. So, you know what? It's fine. We're going to play Urshifu. Not a big deal. Our hand is also actually pretty decent. I quite like the hand. We get one Sobble down. We have an Air Balloon as well, which is nice. And it looks like he's playing the Octillery version, so he's probably kind of focusing on the snipes, the bench snipes. We do have Mew in our deck, so let's see if we can get Mew down as early as possible, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we do not have like a draw supporter in our hand, so things could be a bit awkward. We're not going first either. We don't top tech the draw supporter either way, but let's put the Air Balloon on Calyrex. Let's quick ball for, or let's put the energy down, I think. And now I think what I want to do is Capacious Bucket. Let's grab a couple energies. And let's quick ball away one of those energies. And yeah, so I think what we have to do, or what we really need to do, is grab Mew and get this thing down as early as possible. We had Froslass in hand. I know we could have put that down, but I don't think it was necessarily needed. Let's just go ahead and pierce this Remoraid, probably with one of these Icicle Spikes, or maybe this like Ice Lance that he's got. He evolves into the Octillery either way. So pretty unfortunate. He doesn't Marnia, so it would have been nice to get Marnied as well. Our hand isn't the best hand in the world. Let's see if we can top deck. See if we might be able to get a Drizzile here. I think the Mew is going to be really good. I think I was glad that I grabbed the Mew. I kind of forced him to just Gale Thrust, which of course doesn't 2-hit KO us, which is nice. But maybe maybe he's gonna just kind of try to boss up. He researched this turn, so no boss, which is nice. But yeah, our hand isn't great. It really isn't. So we're kind of trying to get the top deck. And that's going to be our best option. So yeah, there's the Passimian, which again is going to increase the bench damage done to V and VMAX Pokemon. So that's definitely a good card for him, but he's going to discard it because he knows that a lot of my benched Pokemon are not V and GX Pokemon. So he's just going to Dedenne, draw 6 more cards there. All good, and then we're going to see the Rapid Strike Search. I could be grabbing Rapid Strike Energy. I could be grabbing another... okay, so he grabs Tower of Waters, which is interesting. Definitely an interesting play. He's going to switch in, and he's going to go ahead and hit us with a nice Gale Thrust. So he's doing pretty good. Again, we need to draw off this top deck. Let's see what it is. It's a Water Energy. Extremely unfortunate for us. Just not at all what we really needed. And now I think what we actually have to do, unfortunately, is retreat. And we're going to feed him the Mew because we can't get rid of this Sobble because it's kind of our means to draw cards. But we still do 200 damage with that attack there, but it's just not going to be enough. So we're going to feed him the Mew. He's going to KO that. That's going to make this whole entire matchup a lot harder for us. And he's rolling, though. He got a good start. He's getting everything that he needs, which is definitely good for him. And there we see the double rapid, or the Rapid Strike Energy, and he's going to KO the Mew. Not much we can really do there. We could have fed him the Sobble, but it would have kind of, it wouldn't have given us the ability to draw cards if we potentially draw into an option to do that this turn, and we do. See, there's the Drizzile. So, just another reason why that might have been a good option. How many are in the discard pile? Just one. Let's Viridians this away. Let's grab another one. Okay. Let's evolve the Drizzile here. It's awkward because he's going to be able to snipe the bench. It's not super ideal for us. Let's grab a trainer card. I think what we have to do is grab Research. And we got to hope that we just draw the stones off this Research. That's really our only option. Goodbye, Froslass. It was nice knowing you. Let's get another Calyrex down. Let's level ball. And I suppose we could grab... Do we have... Okay, so we actually have another Drizzile in hand, so I'm going to grab Sobble. We're going to grab Sobble. It isn't it's not a great kind of turn for us. I mean, we're going to be able to Glacial Lance and KO. Or not KO, sorry, but do 200 damage, which is good, but unfortunately we kind of whiffed the VMAX there. We missed out on a lot of things that we possibly could need, which would have been really nice. But yeah, let's see what exactly we draw next turn. That's going to be the big thing. But for him, he's going to be able to just go ahead and G-Max Rapid Flow. He can KO the active, and again, also KO one of these single prizers down on our board, which is definitely going to be really nice. He's going to take 3 prize cards, and then you know, he's in a pretty decent position after that. So here comes the Rapid Flow. Interesting that he doesn't retreat out. He's going to stay in. Again, not much we can do. He targets actually the benched V, which is an interesting option. I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be 100% honest, but you know, not you know, you can't get everything going, I think, right? We actually draw the Melony, which is cool. So I think what we have to do actually is play this Melony. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna evolve the Drizzile. And yeah, okay. So let's grab Pokemon Communications. Let's calm away the Drizzile. We can grab our Ice Rider VMAX. Very good. Very good. Our only option here is to get a KO. We had to evolve. We really did. We can attach this energy here. Feel pretty good about doing that. And now, actually, I'm going to Quick Ball away the Marnie. And we don't have... Oh, we do have another Drizzile in deck. So I'm actually going to grab another Sobble. Because we're going to try... Might have been better to grab Froslass there. Or Snover, as you might call it. Yeah, okay. So how much does Ride Up the Hiking do? Does it do enough? It actually does 130 exactly. We're going to get... and we're not getting KO'd. So yeah, we're going to do that. And I think that's just going to be our best bet. Unfortunately, though, this Urshifu is kind of staring us down. There's not much that we can really do about it. It's not going to be the best. You know, it's kind of it is what it is. Maybe we should have actually set up another Ice Rider. That probably would have been our best play. Force him to boss, and we probably should have kept Marnie as well because his hand is actually really big. Yeah, I mean, you know, you learn, you live some, you lose some, you win some, you live and you learn. Whatever the saying is, I'm not sure. It looks like it's gonna be tough for us to get the win here. This Rapid Strike deck is definitely really good. We definitely just kind of didn't draw perfectly at the very beginning, which was unfortunate for us. He's gonna come in here. He might Rapid Flow. Honestly, he could do that. If he does, that's super interesting. But maybe that is his play. Maybe he's kind of... Yeah, he actually does go for the Rapid Flow, but does he hit the active? No, he actually just KOs both of our Drizziles. And this is an interesting situation for him to be in, I think. He takes 2 prize cards, just goes down to 1, so he just needs Boss. And he potentially does have Boss in his deck, so that's just something to keep in mind. We have Marnie, so we could Marnie him. Yeah, I think what we might have to do is Boss and KO this Urshifu and hope, or I guess just you know, just really try to see if he doesn't have a way to KO us. But you know, doesn't seem like a great strategy. I'll be honest. Let's grab a Snorunt, I think. Yeah. We're gonna grab the Snorunt. Let's go ahead and put this down. The thing is, he has free retreat, though, so I think we have to Marnie. If we boss up this Urshifu, we can KO it, but then all he needs is a switch card and an energy, and he probably has plenty of that in his deck, and he has a really large hand as well. So I think that Marning is going to be our best bet. We're going to try to lock this thing in the active spot. Maybe do we draw into Viridians? We do. We're going to break his heart. Again, he has free retreat. He can just go in and probably finish this off. If he has boss, though, he might not have boss, though, is the thing. He might not have boss's orders. So, yeah. I don't know. We're doing it. Let's max Lance. Let's discard 2. Yeah, so he can retreat. But if he doesn't have boss's orders, or if he doesn't have a way to get boss's orders, then we should survive this turn. However, if he just has an energy and a VMAX, then he can also just get the KO with Rapid Flow. There's the VMAX, so I assume he also has the energy. If he doesn't... Oh, he can just grab it with Rapid Strike Search. Yeah, I forgot. Maybe it's prized? Is that his last prize card? There's no way. Is that his last prize card? That would be hilarious if it was. Because, again, he could just Octillery for Rapid Strike Energy. He's got 2 in his discard pile, 1 on his Pokemon. Could be his last prize card as well. What does he grab? He grabs Korean's Focus. So it looks like we got bailed out this time. Man, definitely. It's funny because we show the wins here on YouTube, but a lot of times we don't get this lucky, so it's actually just really funny. Where he's going to switch in. And and Karina's focus. So now he's just going to go ahead and most likely draw into the energy. Let's see if he does. Okay, he doesn't somehow. Somehow whiffs the energy. And we're going to go ahead and say well played. Interesting game. Definitely an interesting game. We got super lucky at the end there. But we got unfortunate at the very beginning, which is also, you know, something to keep in mind, I suppose. But awesome. We're going to be able to Drizzile for the boss, bring up the Urshifu. We're going to say you have a good deck. He definitely outplayed us there. He just did not draw what he needed to, and I guess his last Rapid Strike energy was in his prize cards, which is definitely unfortunate for him. We're going to go ahead and just max Lance and finish off this game. So we probably should have won that game, but you know what? Ice Rider, it's still an impressive list, still a list that I really like a lot. It's just such a cool card. But you know what? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys like Ice Rider VMAX. Which one's your favorite? Shadow Rider or Ice Rider? Personally, I do think Shadow Rider might be a bit more viable, but Ice Rider is my preferred version of the two. It is really, really fun. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Stay tuned for all future Chilling Reign deck profile videos. We also run PTCGO tournaments every Wednesday. Speaking of which, Chill Series 36 is coming up in just a few days this Wednesday. It's free to enter, and it's got 500 Chilling Reign packs in the prize pool, which at this point is about $500 worth of prizing. And I think first place gets like 150 packs. Absolutely insane. Definitely go check it out. We're going to be covering all of those decks that do well in the tournament, and of course covering all of the matches between some of the new decks as well. So it's going to be super fun. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Link to register for that tournament down in the description below. Also, go check out PTCGO Zone. They're awesome. You guys have a great day. We're going to get out of here. Peace out.